Doug Rhodes, miembro de la Coordinación de Oficiales de Fútbol de NCAA, en el siguiente video explica los cambios en el manejo del reloj de juego y del regresivo de 40 a 25 segundos para centrar la pelota.
Hi, I'm Doug Rhodes, Coordinator of Football Officiating in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The NCAA over the past several years has modified the timing rules in football to address several aspects of the play and game clock, to speed up the administration of the game and provide consistency in clock operations without disrupting the actual play of the game. This DVD is being produced to assist in training play and game clock operators, as well as our officials and game day administrators. There are a number of significant changes in 2008, and we've tried to provide a clear and concise explanation of the play and game clock situations, as well as identifying the various exceptions. Please review this DVD to learn about the operation of both clocks for the upcoming season. It is our hope that after viewing this training video, you will be able to successfully play your critical role in helping us support the timing aspects of this wonderful game of college football enjoyed by so many. The play clock will be set to 40 seconds and begin to run upon the operator seeing one of the following signals from the officials. We want our play clock officials to take a deep breath, count to 1,001, and then start the 40-second clock on each of these instances. We don't want to get in too big of a rush. Anytime the covering official determines the ball is dead in the field of play, he will raise his hand above his head. This will indicate to the play clock operator, start the 40 seconds.
Good job, good job. Second down. Second.
Several times, 10 against Notre Dame. They hand it off on the end around. That's Grant. And Grant gets out over the 33-yard line, brought down by Francois. They picked up 8 on the play.
Up the middle with Ballard. He'll get a couple up to the 44-yard line. Gain of 3.
Anytime the covering official rules an incomplete pass, the play clock should start. Again, a reminder to the play clock operator, take a deep breath, count to 1,001, and then start the clock.
Tech fan. Taylor Bennett going downtown to Smith and couldn't come up with the ball. It was out of bounds. DeJuan Tribble.
UConn and Virginia. Lewis on first and goal, lobbing it up in the end zone. Stefano nowhere near that one as Lewis threw it.
Once the covering official rules the player out of bounds and gives the timeout signal, the play clock operator should take a deep breath, count to 1,001, and start the 40-second play clock.
Little heat coming from Georgia Tech after the first penalty of the game. The pass complete and tiptoeing down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
When the covering officials rule a first down, they will stop the clock. This stopping of the clock will again signal to the play clock operator, take a deep breath, count to 1,001, and then start the 40-second play clock.
Pass well set up to Shachar Choice. And Choice has the first down for Georgia Tech. Down at the Boston College 37-yard line. He won. They believed in him. And he believes in his receiver here. Ryan, complete, deep into Tech territory. Robinson.
There's one additional signal that the play clock operator must be aware of. If the covering official rules that a player is down near the side zone but in bounds, he may give a wind signal indicating the player is down in bounds. However, the game clock operator will then be notified by another official to stop the clock. However, in this rare situation, we must make sure that the play clock operator starts the 40-second play clock on the wind signal given by the official near the out of bounds.
Ringer on the toss.
As we noted earlier, the 40-second play clock will always start following the completion of the previous play. However, there are a number of administrative stoppages that will require the play clock operator to set the play clock at 25 seconds instead. As a result of the 25-second play clock being set, the clock operator will look for one of these two signals from the referee to then start the 25-second clock. One will be a wind signal and the whistle, or there'll be the chop and whistle. Now let's look at some of these 12 administrative stoppages. After a change of possession.
The snap is low, pressure off the edge. Ryan intercepted. They say interception on the sideline.
After a penalty enforcement.
Flag down around the 22. It's procedure
Offense.
against the Cavaliers.
Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Down.
After a touchdown prior to the PAT attempt.
Receivers for Glennon now. 3rd down and 13. Pump fake down the middle. Touchdown.
After a charged timeout.
Over the middle. Covington again gets thrown backwards. And Al Grove quickly calls a timeout.
Doug, we saw him a few weeks ago against Connecticut, and they were missing Covington. They went on ACL in the spring, hadn't been able to come back. But Al Grove said, next man up.
After a measurement.
You can see how wet that turf is already. A bit chewed up early in this first quarter and just shy of the first.
After a media timeout.
Just under 10 minutes here until the break. Florida State up 17-14.
After a replay review.
After review, the play is reversed. The pass hit the ground. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
After the expiration of a period.
Take us to the end of the first quarter.
We're just about to begin the second quarter.
At the start of a possession in overtime periods.
If I'm Yates right now, I'm just perfect.
When timeout is awarded for an injured player.
Sewell gets run down by Allen Michael Cash.
We have an official timeout
Looks
for
like he's
injury.
cramping up.
As he limps to the sidelines, and here comes Peter Lawlick.
Whenever the referee pumps his arm to reset to 25 seconds. Whenever the referee interrupts the 40-second play clock because the ball is not ready to be snapped with less than 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. This year we will have a new mechanic on kickoffs. As we note, the play clock is set to 25 seconds. The back judge will hand the ball to the kicker, reminding him not to kick until the referee signal when the play clock is set to 25 seconds. Back judge then runs off the field to the press box sideline on the kicker's restraining line, puts up his hand. At this time, the 25-second play clock should be started when the referee gives the chopping signal. There are some special situations we'd like the clock operator to be aware of. On a delay of game penalty, leave the play clock on 0:00 until the penalty is assessed. This allows fans, media, officials, everyone to know what occurred, that the play clock has run out. Then, after it's done, the referee will chop and wind the play clock once the ball is respotted and the chains are set. This year, there will be several significant changes in the operation of the game clock. When there's more than 2 minutes on the game clock and a runner goes out of bounds, once the official signals timeout, the game clock will stop. But once it's spotted and marked ready for play, the referee will wind the clock. Notice when the official signals timeout, the game clock will stop. Now, once the ball is moved to the inbound spot and ready for play, the referee will wind the clock and it will begin to run. However, when there's less than 2 minutes on the game clock and this same situation occurs at the end of the second or fourth quarter when the runner goes out of bounds, we will go to the standard that we've always used, and the ball will be placed ready for play, and the clock will start on the snap.
This year, they're getting some top guys that come and visit.
This year, in terms of our mechanics that we'll use, if making the line to gain, in essence getting the first down, is the only reason the game clock is stopped, the referee will signal to start the game clock as soon as the ball is placed on the ground for the next play.
Let's go!
This will require the umpire placing the ball on the ground and immediately moving off the ball. If the offense completes a long pass for a first down with less than 2 minutes in the second or fourth quarter, it is likely that a downfield official will be near the ball and will place it on the ground. However, in this instance, we will not start the game clock when the downfield official spots the ball. We will wait for the referee to start the game clock when he is in a position for the next play. This will give the offense time to be ready to snap the ball as soon as the game clock starts. You see in this play here a pretty good example. A long completion as time is running down at the end of the game. In this particular case, the covering official, side judge, field judge, umpire, whoever it is, moves up, spots the ball, and then once the officials and teams are in position, they'll immediately wind it. There is a national commitment to speeding the game along. In this regard, once the chains are set, we will immediately start the game clock. In addition, our commitment to speeding the game up will also involve strict enforcement of the timing rules during a media timeout. If you have any questions, please contact the coordinator of football officiating in your respective conferences. Thank you.